Hi, I'm Andy. In this series of videos, I'm making a cedar strip canoe. In this episode, I'm changing from using staples to attach the strips onto the mould stations to trying to use a staple-free system. In my last video, I ended by explaining that these staples which hold the strips onto the mould stations weren't acting very nicely. They were putting quite a messy hole in each plank. An additional problem I didn't mention, I was unable to get any clamping force between the strips, and there were slight gaps opening where they weren't seated nicely together. The solution then is to change to the stapleless method, as I mentioned. Now in this method, a large number of jigs are built, one per mould station, and these jigs simply provide a space in which you can install new strips. The jig is designed to take 3 new strips at a time, so I'm going to install two more strips and then try and get them glued up. I can scarf joint strips in situ, and so here I have a scarf joint pre-cut, and that will be glued up in situ with the planks supporting it above and below. Fitted the first 3 planks with the stapleless method, and I'm quite pleased with how they've gone on, although it is undoubtedly a lot of work. But they're sitting nice and tidily on the inside against the station moulds, and I'm happy with that. The new strips are held in place by wedges which hold them together, offering compression to the joints, and by wedges on the outside which hold them against the station moulds. In places I've had to use multiple wedges on a single bracket, and that's largely where there are splices between the different strips. The splice in the very top plank, on the other hand, did need a lot of additional support because there's nothing above it, so I had to put on 2 clamps, squeezing the planks together to ensure that the top section of that splice, that scarf joint, stayed in position. At the ends, I've added an additional clamp for compression near the stem, and then the strips are held to the stem using a spring clamp, and the blocks that the spring clamps are onto have got sandpaper on the inside so they grip well against the stem on one side or the new strips on the other side and don't slip off with the tension of that clamp. see the strips land on it at an angle, don't they?
Yeah.
You see that? So I have to have this piece of wood at an angle as well. Raising the temperature in the garage by just a few degrees has made a huge difference to how this glue dries. This is Titebond's glue and I'm not particularly used to using it. In the UK, PVA is more common. But if you see the bottom 3 strips there, the garage was probably about 7 degrees centigrade, and the top 3 strips that I've just finished fixing, I raised the temperature to about 12 degrees yesterday afternoon, and the glue has dried much more transparent. I don't honestly know what the difference is because the bottom glue joints are perfectly strong. I've tested them in a few places with offcuts, but the glue is certainly uglier. I'm hoping that when I sand it down that won't matter, but I will carry on keeping the temperature of the garage just a little bit warmer. That's it for this week. I've not made as much progress as usual, partly because I've been in England for a full week since the last video, and partly because making these jigs and wedges took a very long time. There's about 100 wedges that I need to make. But I've got the staple-free system working now, and I think in the next couple of weeks I should make a lot more progress. So hopefully next week's video I should get beyond the bilge, which is this difficult corner section, and hopefully the week after that I'll have near enough finished the stripping. If you enjoyed this video of me stripping in my garage, you're welcome to tune in for more next time. Please subscribe, hit the like button as always, and leave any comments. The comments I've received so far have been extremely useful, so thanks to the guys that have pointed out that I forgot the masking tape on the last video, and that I can use hot glue, which has been a really useful hint for just tacking in when I'm not using staples. Okay, bye for now.